Hi guys, hope you're having a great morning. This is Sheila and Fred with Hatfield McCoy Museum Adventures and FS Investigates.
Hey guys, thanks for joining us. This is going to be, I don't know if it's an update or not, but we're going to call it an update because we've got other information and people, we've been getting a lot of calls over the last couple of days.
Thank you all.
Yeah, thanks for the information and things like that. Guys, Sheila and I are not into the political side of anything. We're retired now. Politics played a part. If you're in police work, law enforcement, politics is a big factor. I don't care if you work for a sheriff, he's elected. If you work for a mayor, he's elected. If you work for the commissioner of state police, he's appointed. Everybody has got, so there's politics, as bad as it is to say, there's politics involved in law enforcement. This is not about politics to Sheila and I. Right. She'll join anytime, even though she's not on the camera.
I'm here.
We just decided to do a fast update, and that's why she's over there, but she's not on camera. So we don't have nothing going on today, so there was no reason to get up.
I'm being lazy daisy today.
Get made up.
And get straightened up, yeah.
Going back to the topic here, and then I made some notes, Sheila and I did, and we're going to go over them. But guys, we're not into the political part. We're not into the politics. We're not into the rumors. If that's why we say on our thing a while back, if it's a rumor or something like it, don't mention nobody's names, or we'll delete them. And we've deleted several names.
Yeah.
And you know, when I was a police officer, I worked drugs. I worked a lot of cases. Some cases that were controversial. And so as a police officer, you're not everybody's friend. No matter how you'd like to be, you're going to make enemies in police work. That's just the way it is. So whether people says something because they don't like you, whether we got a call right then, right before we done this video, I just got off the phone, and this one says this one says that. See, that's not evidence to us. We want hard evidence, or at least names and things that you can talk to the investigators. If you really want to help in this case, and you know the governor, you know the attorney general, you know the Kentucky State Police Commissioner, any of those people that has power to reactivate this case, contact them and ask them, because that's the people that can find out what's going on. We can stop the rumors. We can stop the speculation, the opinions. We can solve this murder, or they can, with everybody's help that we've been talking to. And this case can be solved. When Doug Asher brought this case back to the forefront, claiming Johnny Edrington had committed S-side, we don't think he realized what a Pandora's box he was about to open. Sheila and I, for years and years and years, I don't want to harp on it because it's in our other videos, but we used to believe that this was an S-side. Just hearing it and passing at the police academy with other officers, or you just knew it was an S-side. And it was, after Sheila and I, we were researching the YouTube one day, or internet, for something on Doug Harless case, and Doug Asher's book came up. WLEX, Lee Searcy had done a story on it, and we started watching that, and it was curious as to how this trooper had thought something was one way, and he didn't say nothing for 35 years, and then he speaks up and writes a book on it. We thought we done a video. In fact, our first video, we say in there that we've always thought it was a S-side. Well, we were sold on rumors. We were sold on the way that people was meant to go, I guess, pointed in that direction. We're not pointed in that direction anymore. We wholeheartedly feel, without a shadow of a doubt, Johnny Edrington was murdered
Right.
without a shadow of a doubt. We can't go over everything. If the Attorney General's office ever opens it, state police, uh, and there's credible detectives assigned to the case, we can give that information to them, and we feel they'll feel the same way as we do. But if they don't, that's up to them. That's, all we can do is give them what we know and what we found out, and contacts of people that have contacted us. You don't have to take anything we say. Just go talk to these people that's contacted us since we've brought this up. To Sheila and I, this is not about politics. This is about the truth. Johnny's family, what, Sheila?
Deserves the truth. They need closure. This is sad for them.
You got at least two grandchildren there, and a daughter. 36 years later, you come out and say that the dad and the grandfather had done this. It may have been said in the past, but nothing like on the news, nothing like in a book, nothing like has been stated here in the last year. No one has been slandered more than the Edrington family. I know a lot of people talks about slander. There's nobody that's been slandered more than this gentleman right here. And his family name. We wish people from the past would join in and help solve this case, as they may know what's in the file, even without the file. There's people out there that knows what's in this file. There's people out there that have investigated and helped on this case and review their notes, look back in the past, see what they can come up with, see if they missed anything, see if they can go now, instead of automatically just assuming that it was a S side, and say, well, maybe I'll look at it like this, because there's evidence out there that points in the opposite direction. There is evidence. Total convincing evidence to Sheila and I, some of the things that we found out, that it's not a S side. If it was a S side, some things wouldn't. I feel you. So even though you guys can't see her, her leg is underneath this table, and she's kicking me on the leg right now when I get ready to talk too much or say too much. Sheila's a good partner to have, because she can. There's information we don't want to put out there except to the investigators. Sorry guys, that's her foot there kicking me. We really wish the governor would order the Kentucky State Police Commissioner to reopen this case, or that he would ask, better yet, ask the Attorney General's office to open it. Let's get a couple of investigators from the Attorney General's office, not connected to the state police.
And let's put this case to rest once and for all. Let's find out what really happened to Mr. Edrington.
Yeah.
And give his family some closure.
Yeah. Well, give us all. Give everybody. There's people out there that's been, and there's always going to be that in life. There's always going to be rumors. We read newspaper articles from 36 years ago where rumors were running rampant. Guys, rumors are easy to start, easy to keep going. In fact, rumors are easier to keep going than the truth. It seems like a lie will carry 50 times faster than a truth.
It'll spread, yeah.
Yeah. This case can be solved. Rumors can be put to a stop. If we find the killer or killers of Mr. Edrington, Trooper Edrington, the rumors will cease. And then if somebody has been accused or rumored or slandered falsely, what a case. What a case. And we can do it if we work together, and with some of the information, some of the callers, texters, messages,
people involved,
because there's still a lot of people that's alive today that remembers back then and things that happened, and this case can be solved. I don't want to drag this video out, but we can instead of leaving them in limbo with rumors. And anything without proof is a rumor. Anything that you name somebody in and you have no proof of it, that's a rumor. That's slander. We can't slander each other. We can't. What we can do is ask for an investigation. Who has the power? Who has the power in the state of Kentucky to reactivate this case? Governor,
Okay.
state police commissioner,
Mhm.
attorney general's office. I mean, you've got your General Assembly, you got all kinds of different other people that may, congressmen and senators and all that. And I wish they would. I wish they'd get involved. But it's real easy. The person over top of the Kentucky State Police right now is Governor Bashir. And all he's got to do is pick up the phone and say, hey, Philip, yeah, this is your buddy, the Gov. I appointed you to that position that you're in. I need you to reopen the Johnny Edrington case. Get that file out from underneath that lock and key. See if this shirt's in evidence. See if, let's put a couple of good minds on this. Let's get this case solved. People want to know. They want to know what happened to Johnny Edrington. We want to drop the politics. We don't want no politics. Sheila and I we live in Casey County. We have no inspirations or desires or anything to be involved in Laurel County politics. This just happens to be where Trooper Edrington was killed.
We just need somebody in there that's got, if you always say, a different set of eyes that can look at it objectively and start from the day one of the evidence and stuff and see where it takes them.
Yeah.
Don't listen to what everybody said or anything else. Just go
No.
in there yourself and focus on and see where it takes them.
They're going to find the murder.
See if they end up.
They're going to find, if they're half decent investigators at all, they'll solve this case. Governor, Attorney General's office, Mr. Coleman, do you not believe that there's a couple of detectives out there or a couple of AG investigators that this would be the case of a lifetime? A 36-year-old case, not only been solved for the family, not only been solved for all these people that's been slandered or rumored all these years, if they had nothing to do with it. If people had nothing to do with this case years ago and their still names are out there today and they're innocent, wouldn't they welcome to be cleared and their name be cleared for all these past years? What a case to solve 36 years later. That's a detective's dream case, this is. And I'll just tell you, it's not a hard case to solve. It's not. It's not a hard case to solve. We don't have the file. We don't have all the evidence. We don't have access to go talk to people. We don't have, but we can steer people in the right direction if they do get lost. Hopefully they won't need us. Hopefully they can take what we've got, the names, the numbers, and say, hey, we'll follow through with it. We'll see where it takes us. And they can either rule people in or out.
Exactly.
There's not a whole lot of people that this case has ever pointed to. Interview them, polygraph them, talk. A good investigator can get to the bottom of it. Rule people out. That's the first thing you do, is rule the ones out that had nothing to do with it. Get rid of them so you can quit worrying about that. And you keep narrowing it down to somebody else, somebody else, somebody else. And then, Sheila, you got anything else?
No. I just hope that they do reopen the case and that it is solved and finally put the rest.
We can't let this case die down. But guys, we can't also, and that's some of the calls we've got. Anybody that's up on it knows. And I'm going to tell you, there's nothing no worse than being accused of something and being innocent. Mm-hmm. I see these people in prison that served so many years in prison for a crime they didn't commit because of sloppy police work, or somebody set them up or put them in prison. I see these people that's been falsely accused and it comes out that the truth was totally different. And in police work, I had all kinds of little slogans and little things I'd live by, but one of them was, if I was ever in doubt on getting criminal charges against somebody, I would rather let that person go free than I would to ever criminally charge an innocent person. If I didn't have overwhelming evidence and I knew for a fact that that person committed that crime, I would not put a black mark against his name. It just wasn't worth it. If he done something wrong, then he'll get caught down the road because he'll do something again. But I would hate to ever charge or accuse an innocent person because it spreads like wildfire.
It does.
It's people would rather talk bad about somebody anytime as they would good.
It's bad.
Now, there's a way to solve this case, and the key is the governor of Kentucky.
Please reopen.
The key is the governor of Kentucky. If you can get the governor of Kentucky to reopen this case, and he puts a couple of, or the state police puts a couple of good investigators, or, the recommended, the perfect scenario would be 2 investigators from the AG's office and 2 investigators from the state police office. And let them look at it. Let them review the case. Let them go. The 4 of them. The 4 of them. Guys, thanks for joining us. Sorry, we don't have no information to divulge. All we have is people's calling us with rumors, and thank you. Sometimes a rumor
Is a tip.
Like Sheila says, sometimes I get off the phone and I'll say, well, it's nothing but a rumor. And then Sheila say, well, how about this one here? How it led us to this, and which was a fact. The rumor led up to somebody that could confirm, and it was turned into a fact. But
you got to follow all the leads.
Follow all the leads, and that's what's going to lead to the truth.
That's how you can find out if it's probably a rumor or an actual.
Guys, if you'll look at that last video, I think Sheila did number 3, or we did, but it's not titled number 3. It's got the death certificate in there. I don't have it in front of me right now, but the death certificate, the funny thing about this case, and I'll never understand. Maybe they'll solve this in that investigation when they reopen it. But why would a person say, why would Mr. Asher say it's a S side when it's marked clearly on the death certificate?
Exactly. I can add that in there if you want.
That's okay. They can see it there as a homicide. Look at the X. That's homicide. But now, Sheila and I was looking at this the other day. It says the first one, manner of death. This is block number 29, looks like.
Okay.
Natural. Did he die of natural causes? No. Had a bullet in his head. Did he die by an accident? No, he probably wasn't cleaning his gun out there on the side of the road and shot himself in the head. So it's not an accident. Did he die by S side? No.
Marked.
No, he didn't. It's not marked. And it was not determined a S side by anybody with what Mr. Asher calls the command staff. Maybe that's why they're in the command staff. Maybe they've got a little bit of age, a little bit of knowledge, but they didn't call it a S side, and rightly so, because there's evidence there that would prove that it wasn't an S side. That Sheila and I have, not Sheila and I, other people. Other people.
Yeah.
Thank you guys. You all know who you are.
You guys are awesome.
You know who you are. These people's investigating this. And then it says homicide, and homicide is marked. But let's hold on a minute. Let's look at the other side here.
Okay. It's on the other side. That's
Pending investigation. They could have marked this death, manner of death, is pending. Hold it up, son.
There you go.
Well, I've got this black spot. If I do that, maybe you can't see it, but I can.
Sorry.
Pending investigation. They didn't mark pending investigation. They marked it solid homicide. They could have marked it could not be determined. Didn't mark it. They marked it homicide. Now, this gentleman, he's so been out of shape on having this that he went to the state police post 35 years later and said, I want to add this supplement to Johnny Edrington's file, and I want it changed to a S side. Really? And you think they're really going to do that? 30-year career police officer, he knows that's not going to happen. He knows nobody's going to come out of the fairy tales and say, okay, we're going to change it to a S side for you. He knows that. He merely wanted to enter that into that file. I hope they didn't enter it because it's not part of the evidence. It wouldn't be nothing. Had he wanted to enter that, I know I always get off on this topic, and I'm sorry, but why wasn't that entered 30 years, 35 years earlier?
The incident.
Why didn't he put that supplement in when he was taken off the case by the Edrington family or the commissioner at the time? He could have still made it known, but he could have made it known by going to the newspaper. That's your number one source. Go to your news media. But did he really think that supplement that he was adding to that file was going to change anybody's mind or change that death certificate in Frankfurt? You know not. Surely he's smarter than that. I give him more credit than that. But that was merely to put into that case, to have it in there. And I would bet, I could be wrong. This is my opinion. I'm speculating. I'm assuming. I'm alleging. I'm whatever you want to say. And I could be wrong. I would say that supplement don't even have a date on it. I would say that it don't have a date. I could be wrong. Hopefully it does. But see, if it don't have a date on it, 30 more years from now, when somebody's looking at the Johnny Edrington case, they look at it and they say, well, look here. Lieutenant Colonel Asher says that he thought it was a S side, and it's ain't got no date on it. Had to be at the time of the death. See?
You see what you're saying?
That's how you write things in the history. I'm not saying that it was.
Yeah.
Well, I'm assuming that's my opinion. Very well could be wrong. Hopefully it's got a big date right on it, whatever it was that he took it up there. But if it don't, then 30 years from now, nobody's going to know when that was supplemented to that report. And they're just going to say, well, look here, Colonel Asher, he says that it was a S side. I don't know, guys. We're fishing. We're fishing while trying to be careful in what we say. We don't want to falsely accuse anybody. You know, even on Doug Asher here, I'm a little bit Lieutenant Colonel Asher. That's sometimes you're allowed to be critical. You're just not allowed to slander or lie on people. Everything I'm saying is in his book. He wrote in his book that he wasn't greeted real nice when he went to the state police to add a supplement to Johnny's report because he wanted case number 1188 3344, whatever the case number was. He wanted that put in that report that it was a S side, and he wanted it changed. Did he really expect that to happen? What was that for? That was not to get nothing changed. You're not going to take something, put it in a state police report, and get anything changed. You want to change something, you'll ask for an investigation, you'll ask for, and let it. You're not going to change nothing by putting a supplement to the report other than that you've got a supplement in that report. So when you die, or somebody else dies, or you die and somebody else comes up and says something else, well, no, look here, right here in this report, Lieutenant Colonel Asher had wrote that it was an S side. Well, when did he say that? I ain't got no date on it. I don't know that it don't have a date. Let me specify that.
That's right, because we haven't.
I try my best to make sure we do, don't we, babe? Sheila especially. But I don't want to say nothing that's not correct, but I don't know because that's in, if they did add that supplement to Johnny's file, we can't see it because that file's still open. It's locked away in a case, according to another captain with the state police. Locked away in a case, but we certainly can't see it. So we don't know if that supplement's got a date on it. He didn't name the command staff. He didn't put a copy of it. we just done a book a while back where wrote a book on Joseph Couch on our journey, 6-day journey trying to find Mr. Couch and then finding his remains. And we write in that book and we show a picture of the request that we sent, open records request that we sent to the Kentucky State Police and what they sent us back where they denied it. See, that would have been nice here. That's not talking about it. We actually put the case, the letters, everything in our book so you can read it and know what we're saying. That would have been nice to see this supplement. He says he put a supplement in Johnny's report or asked the state police to.
Hopefully, if they put it in there, maybe someone seen that it wasn't dated and added a date to it. Could they have done that?
Exactly. That's a good point, babe.
Maybe
Hopefully
they would have done that to protect themselves.
that would have been nice.
Yeah,
Or would they have just stuck it in? Well, they wouldn't stick it anywhere because that case file is not at London.
it's locked away.
See how much we know here. We venture to say that case file is not at London, Kentucky. It's not been at London, Kentucky since Jack and Patty Edrington asked Commissioner Troop to take, or whoever they ask in the command, to remove or not go through Colonel Asher with anything else, any other information, because he had messed up some of the information. He had evidence had been
Some things that
had
got pushed
vanished.
out, Evidence.
Evidence had vanished,
Mm-hmm.
and they were upset. This is a mom and dad. Of course, they're going to be upset. But since we can't see what he wrote in that supplement, it would have been nice. It would have made give him another page for his book to put that supplement. And maybe maybe since we can't see the file, he'll make it known we can see what he wrote in that supplement. Guys, we can talk about it forever.
Yep. It's an interesting case.
All we're trying to do is fish. We're trying to get people, if you know something that may ring a bell, if you may think of something, or your somebody else, your mom or your dad or something knew something, and no names. We don't need any names until they're ready to be charged. They may be locked away in prison. They may be deceased. We don't know.
That's the thing, though. I don't mean this mean or nothing, but there's a lot of people.
Sheila, if you said something mean, I would have a heart attack. Go ahead. Please say it, because I want to hear it. In 40 years of marriage, I've never heard that woman say anything intentionally mean. She might. Go ahead. What was she going to say?
No, you're fine. I love you.
Now you ain't going to say it.
Yeah, I'm debating.
No, go ahead. I know you don't mean it to be mean. There's a difference in being mean or investigating something or bringing.
People that were around at that time are now passing away.
Yeah.
So the person that knows whatever, now that's gone forever because we won't know what they knew. And so it would be nice if they go ahead and start talking to people that are still with us.
Yeah.
And find out stuff. The longer they wait, the harder it's going to be to I think.
No, you're right. You're exactly. Look at the person we was talking to earlier.
Yeah.
Nice person.
Very nice.
And was telling us about something, and the fella has passed away. Wow. That's how we going to interview him. How is the AG's office going to interview him?
So the longer they wait, the harder it's going to be.
We ask a question. Who was his wife? Where's his wife?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, she wouldn't know nothing. She wouldn't. Really? How do we know that? How do we know that she doesn't know nothing?
She might have her suspicions.
Well, suspicions again. That's I have a feeling that if a person was involved with something over the years and stuff, who knows? But a person could talk to his wife. That would be a start. And ask the wife, did he ever say anything about this? Did he ever say anything about that? How about people's girlfriends? How about people that's had affairs? And what's that called when you're brokenhearted or you're scalded or something? Remember, there's a
scorn.
A woman scorned. Nothing like a woman scorned. What if there's somebody out there that knows something and
or heard somebody talking
and it comes out, or it at least leads to, like Sheila says, somebody else to go talk to. Guys, that's all we got. Now, Sheila and I have got some good, what we think is good hard evidence. We got good hard evidence that it wasn't not a suicide. Sorry, babe.
All good.
Not an S side.
Right.
It's not. I would bet. We don't have nothing, so what can I bet? I don't bet 2 bicycles, a old boat, and a old broke down car. But I would bet anything that I own that it's not a suicide. I'd put my reputation on it. It's not. And I would bet that this case can be solved with the right detectives, investigators, and rightly so. I think they could. I
Go
think
in
they.
with an open mind.
I think they would go in there like a couple of bulldogs, and they would find out what happened, when it happened, how it happened, why it happened,
I'm sure they could find out
and who done it,
than what we
and
have
who done
received.
it.
Yeah.
Well, they can do that just from talking to the people that we've made
Yeah.
contact with. Guys, we're up to 31 minutes. Sorry, this was going to be a
Samples.
5-minute video. Sheila, when I told her a while ago, I said, let's make a short video. I like to cover this. And she starts to laugh and she said, Fred, your name and short
Your
video
abbreviation
doesn't.
is short.
Yeah, it doesn't. It's not going to come up. So
Nah, you're sweet. I love you.
thanks for joining us, guys. If you got any information, keep it coming. If it's just rumors, try to investigate it on your own. Try to follow those rumors out, see where they lead, see if it leads you to somebody that actually knows where that rumor originated and whether the rumor's a rumor or actually the truth that's got some
You never know, though.
gump behind it. This case can be solved by the governor of Kentucky. He can appoint.
I hope he does.
The commissioner to reactivate this case, the commissioner of state police, or he can ask. He can ask the attorney general Coleman. I don't know him. Don't know anything about him. But he can ask him to appoint a couple of investigators from the AG's office. They have some spectacular investigators. State police and the AG's office have some good officers, guys. They're still good out there. They're still good. And this is their chance to shine. This is their chance to show.
Yep.
All right.
All right, guys.
You're up.
Thanks for watching. Please like, subscribe, and share. And we'll catch you on the next one. God bless.
God bless.